All right, so driving a Model Y. The employee at Tesla has given me all the quick rundown of everything that I need to do. They might even be listening in on this. Who knows? But either way, it's my first time driving a Tesla. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. It's my mask right there. Hope you can see everything well. Yep, that looks good. Okay. There we go, in drive. Let me get my mirror. All right, first impressions, obviously very good. The first thing I noticed was just how roomy it is. And they do have me on the hold mode, so it does brake very, very, very suddenly. I wish I could turn that off, but I'm not gonna break their rules.
In 500 feet, turn right onto Mall Boulevard.
Alrighty. Sightlines are super nice. Like, there's just so much room in here to look at everything that you're not really worried about sightlines as much as you would be in like other cars. And I gave it a bit of a... Here, I'm just gonna floor it right here. Oh my god, this is fast. And this is the long range. This is the long range model too, because they didn't have a performance one. But man, like that instant torque that you feel with batteries, that's incredible. And yeah, like just letting off the quote unquote gas pedal, it's got the regenerative braking, right? So once you let off the gas pedal, the motors start working in reverse, and they just brake for you. So I don't even have to use the gas pedal, or pardon me, the brake pedal. In other modes you do. There's creep and then there's standard, and I think the one I'm in is hold. But man, this thing's so easy to drive. It's fantastic.
Now turn right onto West DeKalb Pike.
So everything you hear about like how good like battery or electric cars feel just to drive, just from like an enthusiast standpoint, it's true, man. Like it's fantastic. It's one of the best cars I've ever driven.
In 500 feet, keep left to take US 202 south.
All right, we'll do. I have yet to use the brake pedal. This is great, and it feels good. Like you sort of know how good or how hard it's gonna brake. So you don't even have to touch the brake pedal. And this is the first time, like I said, first time I'm driving an electric car. First time I've ever used like an auto braking feature, and it's really easy to get used to. We'll floor it a bit on the highway. I don't want to.
Now keep left to take US 202 south.
But yeah, it feels so different. Just that instant torque, and I keep saying instant torque because that is a big reason why you get an electric car, and it's so easy to estimate where you are. Like I said, the sight lines are good. The lines on the body are really good, so I know exactly where my car is positioned within the lane. And I look around, I know that too. And it just gets up to speed so quickly. And keep in mind, this is the Model Y, so it's the higher riding crossover, right? Now imagine and again, this is the long range, not the performance. So now imagine you're in like a performance Tesla, like with ludicrous mode, and how fast you're going to be going then. Yeah, this is so easy to drive. It's crazy.
In 1 mile, take the exit on the right toward Pennsylvania 252 North, Valley Forge Road.
And it's kind of eerie not hearing an engine. But again, like usually with like really good engines, you don't hear the noise anyway. Let's give it a bit of... Yep. Yep, that's good. That's really good. It holds, man. Like, you don't feel like you're going all that fast.
In 1,000 feet, turn left onto Valley Forge Road.
Instant torque. This is fantastic. That's like the best thing about electric cars. It's instant torque. And you can't see it right now. I just have a huge smile on my face. I love driving this thing. Cars are just fun in general, obviously, right? But it's a different feeling when you're driving a Tesla. And this is not me doing a review or anything. This is just thoughts that are coming in my head. And it's really, I like this screen. You can see everything. Like, you know, you're not, like, typically in a car, you have a dashboard right here. Blocks your sightline a bit. But just having a screen here, it's, that's very useful. And I think that just works a bit better. And for a second, when I got off the highway, I forgot that this thing has quote-unquote automatic braking. So I didn't estimate it that well, but it does come to a stop pretty well, regardless. I like that. That's cool. Tells you when the light turns green. Cameras are working really, really well. That's really impressive. It's crazy how far tech has come in general, right? Like you think about, so it knows where the line is, that's why it's stopping. Okay. I think that's what it's doing. It just sees where the line marker is, or like the end of the lane rather. Pardon me, the beginning of the intersection, and it just brakes based on that. That's really impressive. I mean, it's a bit of a shame that it's you know, a lot of control is taken away from you. At the same time, just looking at this as like a study in technology, that in itself is just I don't know, look at it as a study in technology. It's really impressive. Like, I'm flooring it off the line and it feels fast. I shouldn't be going that fast here. Like, that just you hit 60 so quick. But the thing is, it never feels out of control. And so you're never like worried about the fact that you're going kind of fast. This is great. The only thing, the only reason I'm not so completely sold on electric cars is because of range anxiety, obviously, right? Tesla is a bit better than other manufacturers because they have such a good supercharger network, but other manufacturers don't.
Turn right onto Berwyn Baptist Road.
And I'm a big proponent of hydrogen cars for that very reason of range anxiety. But if companies can figure out how to get people their, you know, their electricity without you know, slowing them down on a long road trip, man, like electric cars, they are the way to go. They're fun. And you know what, like in a gas car, obviously I am still a fan of gas cars, don't get me wrong, and there are people who are staunch supporters of gas cars who hate electric cars, but once you drive one, you realize that they're really good for everyone, right? Like if you're an enthusiast and you enjoy driving, this is great. I'm having a ton of fun driving it, and I'm a hardcore gearhead. Like, I'm not gonna drive a car that's not fun and say it's fun. This is just really easy and really fun to drive. And like I said, it might be a shame, depending on how you view things, that a lot of control is taken away from the driver. But a lot of cars do that now anyway. There's so many gas cars that don't let you disable traction control all the way and so on. But just for the thrill of driving, this is great. Like, this is a back road. Let's do a bit of this. Handles that well.
Now turn right to stay on Berlin Baptist Road.
One thing I'm noticing though, like, I can't see out the back that well. The back window is pretty tiny. That's the only downside in terms of sightlines that I've noticed too. Am I good? I don't actually know if I'm good. Whatever, yeah. But man, like, you hit speed so quickly. I actually didn't even realize I exceeded the speed limit there a little bit.
In 500
Just a tad.
Turn right onto Old Lancaster Road.
Don't think I was going 125.
Now turn right onto Old Lancaster Road. Now turn left onto Lakeside Avenue.
Man, the engineers who worked on this, props to you guys. You guys did such a good job with this. And I mean, obviously this isn't your first Tesla. But,
in 500 feet, bear left onto Lancaster Avenue.
like, you do see why people like their Teslas. They're great. Now, if you guys can figure out,
Lancaster Avenue.
if you can figure out how to make sure that people don't have range issues.
In 500 feet, turn right.
Yeah, it's really easy to be a bit reckless in this, I guess.
Now turn right.
But yeah, this is a lot of fun. Didn't mean to stop.
Now your destination is on the right.
Hello, Tesla of Devon. Alright. So that was actually kind of quick. I don't think it would be that fast. All right, let me park in here real quick. Tell us where to go. Take me to Rite Aid King of Prussia. Alright. Really good cameras. Yeah, I like the ease of use. And in many ways, Tesla is very similar to Apple in that sense, right? The ease of use is...
Now turn right onto Lancaster Avenue.
Like, any idiot could drive one of these. And, you know, that's... Whether you look at that as a good thing or a bad thing, I think it's a good thing, right? Because any idiot can drive one of these, but if you're if you're an enthusiast, if you're a smart driver, if you like driving, you're not an idiot, and you're gonna love it. Man, this is great. This is a lot of fun. It's very easy
1,000
to.
feet, turn left onto North Waterloo Road.
It's easy to drive it really chill. It's really easy to drive it not so chill.
Now turn left onto North Waterloo Road.
Like one pedal driving, I'm a huge fan of that. That's something very enjoyable. Like if you're gonna drive an
100
automatic,
feet, turn right onto Station Avenue.
why not have it be one pedal?
Now turn right onto Station Avenue. In 500 feet, turn right onto West Conestoga Road.
Instant torque.
Now turn right onto West Conestoga Road.
So keep an open mind. If you're a gearhead, just drive one of these and have fun with it. Don't worry about the propulsion. Don't worry that it's a battery. It's the point is that it's a fun car, and that's all that matters. If you're like being a gearhead, it's about a fun car in the end, right? Like you want to have enjoyable cars that you can drive around
Onto Upper Gulf Road.
and have fun with them and really fall in love with them. And the propulsion in the end, it doesn't matter if it's a gas or electric, right? As long as it feels good to drive, it's fun to drive, and that's at the core of being a gearhead. So if you're not sold on electric cars, I mean, just drive one. I think you'll have a lot of fun with it. And if you are, don't be an electric car snob and say that gas powered cars are shit, because they're not. This is just a different type of car. Yeah, and I mean, I drive a gas car. Like I already said, I'm still not entirely sold on electric cars purely because of how long it takes to charge them on a road trip, for instance, and so on. If you're just driving in the city, like yeah, they're fantastic, but you can't really, like when you drive on a road trip, you really have to plan your charges, so to speak. Some of you might some people might think that's not really the case, and that's fine if you're okay waiting like 30 minutes to 60 minutes just to like charging up your car so you can continue. That's fine. It's totally your prerogative. Like I'm not telling you how long you should think is too long to wait. So that's your prerogative. But to me, like waiting 30 minutes, 60 minutes to charge versus like 5 minutes to fill up a whole tank of gas or a whole tank of hydrogen doesn't make sense. I like that. I like that ding that you get when the light turns green, because you can spend that time appreciating the car. I love how good it feels to drive. It handles well. The chassis is great. Steering's great, and I'm on normal steering. It's a bit light for me, but normal's fine. I don't need it to to not have any assist, because that's kind of stupid. But yeah, steering feels good, the ride feels good, the seat's comfortable. There's so much room in here, plenty of headroom. Like I'm 6'1", and there's a ton of room in here. It absorbs like bumps and stuff very, very well. That's very impressive. Like I just went in a pretty deep hole and it took it pretty well. And the one pedal driving, you know, if you like driving, if you enjoy driving and so on, it might take you a couple seconds to get used to. No more than that. Like that's how long it took me. It didn't take all that long to get used to it. It's actually really good. One pedal driving is very enjoyable. I really like it because it's super chill. I mean, you're not at a track where you want it off. If you're at a track and you're racing it, obviously turn it off. If you're just puttering around town or like on a road trip, one pedal driving is great. And the really nice lady at Tesla, I don't know if she's okay with me giving out her name or not, so I won't mention it. Play it safe. But there is an autopilot mode which I declined to try out today because I wanted to drive the car myself. But you know, you've probably heard a ton about Tesla's autopilot, how good it is. You've also probably heard about the idiots who turn it on and then just kind of sit back and sleep while it runs. And so don't be an idiot and don't do that because we're not there yet. Tesla calls it autopilot, which is a bit misleading because it's not autopilot. It's really just like an advanced driver assist. So don't treat it like autopilot because we aren't there yet. There's like the driver autonomy. Or pardon me, like your cars today don't have full autonomy, and they're not very close yet. We're still, I mean, to me, like I'm an engineer, to me it's like 5 to 10 years out before we're even like discussing taking your hands off the wheel, going to sleep while your car drives you from east to west coast. We're coming to an end here, but I know she told me not to take that because apparently the navigation screws that up because it takes you on the highway. Yeah, we're coming to an end here.
1,000 feet, take the Moore Boulevard ramp on the left.
Kind of a shame because I'm really, really enjoying this. Get a nice view of the car itself. Peace. The touchscreen's super responsive. You know how a lot of cars, let's be honest, like Apple does touchscreen responsiveness like better than anyone else. And this does, like I was saying earlier, there's a lot of like Apple in here. It does kind of feel like that. Like the screen itself is so well designed. It feels like you're using a giant iPad, like an actual iPad. It's super responsive. It just does what you want it to do. And yeah, that screen's important, right? Because that is your dashboard, so to speak. There's nothing else in here. Very minimalist design. So they had to do it right, and they did. I think like I went the wrong way, but that's alright. I mean, I know I went the wrong way, but I was just going off of what she told me.
In 1,000 feet, turn right onto Wall Boulevard. Now turn right onto Wall Boulevard.
Realistically, I've had to use the brake pedal fewer than 5 times. Just because one pedal driving is so good. And yeah, I know there are going to be people who are going to debate the pros and cons of battery-operated cars in terms of their impact on the environment. And that's a debate and discussion, rather, for another time, I think. Because that is something that I'm acutely aware of. So just for today, I mean, I'm just looking at this as a car. So just enjoy the experience as a car. And it's spectacular, you know. It's just really spectacular. I definitely went the wrong way. Nope, I didn't. Never mind.
In 500 feet, your destination will be on the left.
You know how they said there was going to be an Apple car? Like, this is the closest thing I think we're going to get, unless Apple actually makes a car. What am I saying closest? This is probably better than that, because, you know, you've got Elon making these. And Elon's an engineer through and through. Put you back in the same spot here, little car.
In 500 feet, your destination will be on the left.
Alrighty. That's that. Thank you, car. This was a fantastic experience. See, I got everything in here. Okay, got the key. All locked up. There you go, that's the Model Y. I don't know if you can see it that well. Hope you can. But it was a joy. Thanks for watching. Hey guys, thanks for watching. This is my hand, because I got nothing to show, but just a quick request. If you like this video, please like it. And if you loved it, please subscribe. Thank you.